What's going on, everybody? It's Mark here with another video, and today we're going to be talking about the devices that Google announced last week, early this week. Shortly before I'm filming this video, there's a few things that I think are pretty noteworthy, and I'm going to share my 2 cents on those things. In no particular order, I'm going to start off with my list, and the first thing I want to bring up is the Google Home Mini. So with the Google Home Original, a lot of people had issues with how it looked, how big it was, how intrusive it was to the environment. I personally thought it looked great. But now they came up with the kind of Amazon Echo competitor, the Google Home Mini. It's a donut size kind of ring, comes in 3 colors, the charcoal, coral, and chalk, gray, red, and black. It looks pretty good. It does the exact same thing as the original Google Home, but doesn't have the 360 sounding speakers. They say it does, but it's just 1 speaker facing up instead of 3 on 360. It's pretty much wrapped in fabric. That's the same thing as the Google Home, however a little bit smaller, and is now a competitor to the Amazon Echo kind of zone, which is great. I think it's an awesome product, but it hasn't been out for very long, and they already had kind of a privacy issue. People were reporting it recording conversations before the prompt of "Okay Google," but since then Google has updated the firmware and everyone should be good to go. They've also released the Google Home Max. It's the biggest Google Home accessory Google kind of makes. It's trying to compete with Apple here in terms of the home market. You can stand it up, lay it down. It looks pretty good. It does the same things as the original Google Home with a few extra quirks. You can now do hands-free calling off of your phone. You can do something called broadcast, which pretty much allows you to use these devices as intercoms. Google is now integrating Nest into the home environment. It all kind of talks together, which is a really cool feature. You could do things like ask your assistant to show you who's at the door, and it'll prompt the video feed of who's at the door. It's safer, more convenient. You can double check if you actually want to get the door. If you don't want to see somebody, you can check if the parcel's arrived. All these things are kind of available to you now at your fingertip if it all works as well as it hopes. So that kind of covers the umbrella of the home accessories, if you will. The Google Home Mini comes in at $49, which is a very, very reasonable price. The Google Home Max comes in at $399, which still isn't that big of a deal, to be honest. I think $400 for something that can let you interact with your house at this kind of level, I think it could be worth it if you are someone who is very heavily invested in a smart home. Me personally, I don't think this home technology is kind of where I would like it to be to kind of start implementing it into my life. But for a lot of people, these features are extremely important, critical, and they enjoy it. Google also released the Pixel Book. This is the newest $1,000 Chromebook, and I have mixed opinions. It's a 4-in-1 device that kind of transforms from laptop to tablet to stand. It's kind of everything you need out of a piece of technology in today's day and age as a pretty light computer user. It's the thinnest and lightest laptop that Google actually has created. It's only 10.3 millimeters thin. It's made out of It's made out of an aluminum body, so the quality is going to be there. It comes in i5 or i7 processors. You can get up to 16 gigabytes of RAM and a 512 gigabyte SSD. And the reason I'm most interested in this device is the fact that it comes with a pen. It comes in at $99, and apparently it's competitive enough to the Apple Pencil to change the game. I'm gonna check it out. Don't worry, there's gonna be a review coming as soon as this item drops. But this now brings us to the biggest drop Google did the other day, the Pixel 2 series. There's 2 sizes, the 5-inch and the 6-inch. The first one starting off at $649 and then $849. Price-wise, it's on par with the other flagship devices of this year. It's an all-aluminum device with a glass piece on top, of course. It's got 2 front-facing stereo speakers. It's got no headphone jacks. The XL does have a curved OLED display, which looks fantastic. And they made the camera even better. So it scored the highest rating possible, or ever. Not possible, because I guess there is more. I think it goes up to 100, but they scored a 98, and that is insane. And they pulled that off with 1 camera lens. So huge push in today's flagship devices is this thing called portrait mode, where you can identify a face or an object in the front, blur out the background. Google has created that exact scenario, but with the use of 1 camera. I don't know how they make it happen, but it looks like it works great. So I'm just gonna bring out the elephant in the room. The 5-inch device just is not as appealing as the 6-inch. I think it's the massive chin and forehead. I don't know, just the way it looks to me feels like someone took a few little shortcuts and just didn't feel like redesigning the display or bringing up the display or making it smaller. I just think they could have done a little bit more to make it look like the bigger brother of that exact object. The 6-inch looks fantastic. The 5-inch, I don't know. But yeah, I'm excited for these phones to start kind of rolling out. I was extremely happy with the original Pixel. I thought that was the best Android phone I've ever used. So fast, so smooth, just the way Android worked seemed very reasonable. And I'm just excited to see what the Google Pixel 2 brings to the table. Google also announced a few minor items like the Daydream View, the weird camera thing, but one thing that kind of stuck out of all this miscellaneous accessories are the headphones. They call them the Pixel Buds, and the only thing I want to bring to attention in regards to these are the fact that it has a live translator built in. That's some futuristic stuff right there. That is crazy. You're gonna be traveling the world with these Google who are gonna be listening to everything around you, translating it to you. I'm interested to see how that actually interacts in the real world. I mean, the demo is pretty cool, but for instance, I'm in, I don't know, Spain, and I'm having trouble understanding the words coming out of the individual's mouth who is in front of me. I wanna know, will that actually be a conversation between A and B, or is it gonna just be picking up all the talking that's gonna be? I'm interested to see how that actually works, because if it works the way they want it to work, that is the future. That's kind of my take on the whole Google announcement that happened a few days ago. Let me know down in the comments what you think about what I just said or the announcements in general, but be sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe button down below if you enjoyed this video. And for additional brownie points, please follow me on all of my social media. Links can be found down in the description. But for now, thanks, and I will see you on the next one.